How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another video, and I want to make this quick because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. But something that's kind of bugged me on and off is periodically I'll go on Twitter, go on Facebook, or go on social media, YouTube, whatever, and there's a couple times where I'll see a video or a post or an article where they're trying to force some type of ideology onto video games. Now, I'm going to say flat out, I've always thought that video games, in a sense, are art. It's subjective and expresses people's thoughts and feelings, or at least not thoughts and feelings, but gives people a freedom of expression. In fact, basically, in terms of like for the US, freedom of speech. And I feel like with people trying to attack video games, attack certain situations or ideas, in a sense, they are attacking freedom of speech. Take a look at what happened with, there was an for some of that don't know, there was an article at one point where people were taking images for popular characters like Tifa and one of the characters in one of the wallpapers for GTA 5 and I guess photoshopping them to quote-unquote have a body type that is, in a sense, appropriate for them, that they consider as quote-unquote realistic. But here's something that I've come to realize too, and this is something a lot of people don't understand, especially when they're trying to force politics, is certain body types, are realistic. And I noticed that especially with these particular images where they are shaming the body types of the characters involved, and unironically kind of doing the same thing that they are claiming video games are doing when it comes to quote-unquote the body types, which was shaming body types. I'm going to say this right off the bat, it makes no damn sense whatsoever. But if you really think about it, to some extent, especially for those people that, take care of themselves, and I know people are going to think I'm fat shaming, but this is a real fact. For those people that want to obtain certain body types, they are more than willing to, and if they're able to put in, let's say, eating properly or exercise. But I have mentioned once before, especially when defending against freaking Onision, that there are certain people who physically can't do that, which I can understand. But at this point, it'd be a lie to say that, those type of body types are not realistic. That is untrue. Now, there are other issues that people have claimed that video games cause, such as sexism, racism, as well as violence, which is the biggest one. But again, this is something that studies have already proven time and time again that video games do not do. Heck, one of my biggest issues, especially with the media, is that they claim that, especially with mass shootings, that one of the biggest factors was that the person who was shooting, or the shooter, was playing video games or committed to video games, which I'm going to say right off the bat, and just to be perfectly honest with you guys, this is my personal opinion, and especially since I look at some of the reports and it's never mentioned time and time again. The biggest thing that they don't ever look into is the fact that the people who committed a mass shooting more than likely was mentally unstable. And instead of looking into that, they focus on other things. Why? Because it's more ratings to claim that, it was because of video games. It was because of this. It was because of that. That's not how it works. If anything, that shouldn't be the first thing that comes out of their minds, is that, oh, the person was playing video games. Like, anybody plays video games. You don't see the entire population of humanity who play video games, suddenly becoming violent and, committing mass shootings, now do you? So far, it's been the only people that have come out to do that are the people who are clearly mentally unstable. But again, the media isn't going to mention that. And not just that, we have issues where people are claiming that video games are sexist, that video games are violence, that it causes violence, that it causes sexism. With some of the games like GTA, Call of Duty, and many other games that would quote-unquote invoke sexist or racist or even violent behavior. A good example of the overzealous nature of the news media, as well as dishonesty in that front, is a segment from Glenn Beck, a reporter who used to be on Fox News, talking about violence in video games, as well as talking about Watch Dogs when it first came out.
Watch Dogs allow the players to hack into cell phones, ATMs, drawbridges, even helicopters. Through cameras and laptops and televisions, players can peer into someone's fictional files and bedrooms to wholly envelop the lives of others. Anyway, the idea here is they're teaching you to hack and then become the ultimate voyeur in other people's lives, including their bedrooms, by hacking into their phones and everything that we talked about. When I said, hey, how many times you go to bed at night and have a conversation with your wife or other things at night, and you put this, your iPad or your phone, in the docking station right there at the edge of your bed? This game is teaching people to hack in to whatever is docked in your bedroom.
This guy is fucking stupid!
And I think I should go ahead and point out that that was Glenn Beck. In case I haven't, Glenn Beck used to work for Fox, but was kind of rooted out of Fox Media, mostly because of his radical thought process. Kind of like the same as Alex Jones, but yeah. But I want to point out the stupidity of the statement that a game like Watch Dogs, quote unquote, teaches you to hack electronic devices. Sure. Fictional game where the character plays as a vigilante teaches you the basics on coding and hacking skills. Yeah, okay. And if anything, that is the key word I used there, is fiction. It's not real. And in no way would be real, where somebody had the ability to do that. Unless if you believe some of the stuff that people like Matt Pat from Game Theory did for his video on Watch Dogs. But above all, it is literally impossible to learn hacking, just like it's impossible for you to learn and understand situations or combat situations, like let's say in Call of Duty, from video games. Video games cannot realistically prepare you for certain situations like that. And you want to hear the real irony when it comes to people attacking video games? When it comes to what is represented or not represented, but what is in video games? When it comes to the way characters look, what happens in video games, the plots, whatever. The real ironic thing is issues when it, in terms of violence, sexism, and racism, have already been present since the dawn of time. Various books, various shows, hell, even music, including their music videos, to some extent, have displayed the very same thing. Now, I'm not condoning it, or I'm not, approving of it, but I'm just going to point out you can't single one thing out for doing something that has already been present in current day. It makes no sense to single out one medium when it's already been out there. But I'm going to say flat out, and I'm going to include books, comic books, TV shows, movies, etc. Anything that allows an individual to express themselves is, in my eyes, considered a work of art. Even though, to some extent, I don't like it, it is still considered an art form. And no offense to anybody, and you can leave a comment down below on what you think, but in my eyes, no matter how bad you think it is, another person may like it. That doesn't make them a racist, a sexist, a bigot, or a violent sociopath. Art, in of itself, no matter what medium, is subjective. And we shouldn't hamper another person's artistic ideals. Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by to check out this video. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, as well as follow us on social media. Links are in the description. Check out gaming content from MJ, Aden, and Magi, as well as our daily content on the YouTube channel. Follow us on our podcast, which is 6 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays. From everybody of Novakast, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the next video.